Election year. The last ghostly patch of snow slips away. With it, winter's peaceful abandon melts into a memory, and you remember the mire of muck just outside your kitchen window is the garden you've struggled and promised to keep. Jeans dyed black by years of dirt, you step into the ache of your boots again. Clear dead spoils trowel the soil for new life. The sun shifts on the horizon, lights up the dewed spider webs like chandeliers. Clouds begin sailing in, cargoed with rain loud enough to rouse the flowers into a race for color. The rouged tulips clash with the noble lilies, flaunting their petals at the brazen puffs of alum. The mauve tongues of the iris gossip sweet nothings into the wind, trembling frail petunias. Mornings over coffee and news of the world, you catch the magic act of hummingbirds, appearing, disappearing, the eye tricked into seeing how the garden flowers thrive in shared soil, drink from the same rainfall, governed by one sun, yet grow divided in their beds where they've laid for years. In the ruts between bands of color, ragweed poke their dastard heads, dandelions cough their poison seeds, and thistles like daggers draw their spiny leaves and take hold. The garden loses ground, calls you to duty again. With worn gloves molded by the toll of your toil, and armed with shears, you tear into the weeds, snip head-bowed blooms, prop their struggling stems. Butterfly wings wink at you, hinting it's all a ruse, as you rest on your deck, proud of your calloused palms and pained knees, trusting all you've done is true enough to keep the garden abloom. But overnight, a vine you've never battled creeps out of the dark furrows, scales the long necks of the sunflowers, chokes every black-eyed Susan, and coils around the peonies, beheading them all. You snap apart its greedy tendrils, cast your hands back into the dirt, pull at its ruthless roots. Still, it returns with equal fury and claim. The red poppies scream, the blue asters gasp for air, strangled in its vile clasp that lives by killing everything it touches. The sun's eye closes behind mountains, but you lose sleep, uncertain if the garden is meant to inevitably survive or die, or if it matters one way or the other, with or without you. Maybe it's not just the garden you worry about, but something we call hope, pitted against despair, something we can only speak of by speaking to ourselves about flowers, weeds, and hummingbirds, spiders, vines, and a garden tended under a constitution of stars we must believe in, splayed across the sky.